Tonight, from State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Bray and the Arizona Cardinals versus Derek Carr and the New Orleans Saints.
We're in the Valley of the Sun. Few places in the country as picturesque as the desert Southwest. And we've got a good one on tap here at State Farm Stadium in Glendale. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you and I, we've done a lot of games together. Always seems like we're rehashing the same storylines. Turnovers, of course, always a big story. Quarterback play, running backs, yada, yada, yada. But getting ready for this one word kept coming to mind. That's preparation.
Well, it's critical to be prepared. Physically, mentally. When you think about getting ready for an NFL game, you have to wonder, what will they throw at us that maybe we haven't seen before? 2-minute drill, maybe different things like that. Got to be prepared. You're exactly right.
The former Lion, Matt Prater, has it teed up, ready to go, and we are underway now from Glendale. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
It's been fun to watch his development through the years, and right now what you see is a very confident quarterback who has a strong sense of self, totally understands the offense, and knows how to get the ball to his playmakers on the run.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run it again with Kamara. And he's across the 43 extra yards to the 43. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. Here's Carr to throw. There's Chris Olave. 7 yards there and a first down.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
Carr now on first down. Little short pass here to Hill. Takes this to the 45. Broken tackle. Bought him a little extra space. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll give it up the middle to Miller. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Well, when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Carr. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kaiser White. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Well, it's only the first quarter, but that's a quick shift of momentum right there because they were driving the football before that interception. And then not only, Charles, do they throw the pick, but it gets returned all the other way for the score.
I think the important thing here was it backed up in their own territory. This defense didn't blink. They hung in there, waited for the offense to make a mistake, and as soon as they did, they capitalized in the biggest way possible.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And you wonder, I mean, is it even possible, especially for the quarterback, to mentally reset after that quick of a turnaround?
Well, we're certainly going to find out, aren't we? Because that play will stay in your mind, but somehow you have to compartmentalize. Put it aside, pick yourself up, and get moving in the right direction.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Carr going to throw. He'll find Shaheed out to the right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
From the 43, here's a 2nd down and 9. Now Carr. Olave over the middle. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 40. Give them 18 on the play.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Carr. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hill. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and a yard. They go back to the ground with Williams. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Now Carr. Open man left side. Shaheed has it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On first down, Carr. Over the middle, complete. That's Miller. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. From the 5, 2nd and 4. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Again, it's Carr. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
So Carr departs, and on his Blake groupie for the Saints field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal. And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move. So after the field goal, back out his groupie to send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here come the Cardinals, and it is Kyler Murray from Oklahoma who leads them out. Drafted with the idea that he'd be one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in the NFL when he put it all together. We've been seeing that progress throughout his career. This guy's legs, we knew they were phenomenal. Arm, top-notch. But now we're seeing his mind come into the game. Reed's defense is better and better each and every week, and is showing patience as a passer as well. Not as eager to exit the pocket, finding guys downfield for bigger plays. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Now Murray off play action. That's complete to Michael Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a 1st down. And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Murray. That's caught by Harrison, right side. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long. Yeah, better against man than zone, or better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone. 2nd down, Murray sets to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
Murray now on first down. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Brian Brzee fought in and got him down. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Now Murray. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Shotgun now from Murray. That is caught. Touchdown. Zay Jones, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Cardinals are able to add on to that lead.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Prater on to add the extra point. This one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it winds up with a touchdown for Arizona. The touchdown, out is Prater to kick. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Eventually, he's taken down here. Great coverage downfield, resulting in a sack. Julian Okwara buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
Yeah, and you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Inside handoff now, Miller. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for him.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
But you can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up the touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3-and-out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Carr. Little short pass here to Hill. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. A shotgun handoff now to Miller. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 4-2. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
So on 4th down, Matthew Hayball out to punt for New Orleans. Greg George, D for Arizona. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Second and 9 now from the 21. Murray going to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harrison. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Murray now on first down. A short one here, caught by McBride. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Murray fighting, lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. So holding on the offense, they go ahead and decline the penalty, and the ball will change hands on the fumble recovery. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Up the middle, it's Williams. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 51 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Carr. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Now a 2nd and 2. And they'll run it from the gun with Miller. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went ahead and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw, it's Carr. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
That goes for 14 yards, first down Cardinals.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Murray. Forced out to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
No shortage of impressive moments for him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot him. Jamal Williams making his way back onto the field. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Completion was given up, and that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Carr. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To throw his Carr. Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
2 yards to go, second down. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. It's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Carr to throw on second down. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Wyatt. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Now, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
First carry for James Conner. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Murray now. A good throw here, finding Pascal. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
They'll run here with Conner. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Connor. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And he fights his way in, not giving up, and it's a Cardinal touchdown. Kyler Murray scoring on the 2-yard keeper, and the Cardinals are able to stretch out their lead.
And this is a tough play to stop. 10 blockers, and Kyler Murray running the quarterback draw. All he needs is a little crease, and he can hit the hole quickly, and he's able to take this one in for a Cardinals touchdown.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And it's 21-3. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the play that polished it off was the touchdown run by Kyler Murray. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Jamal Williams making his way back onto the field. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with a run so far. They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Second and 6, just inside the 30. From the gun, it's Carr. Little short pass here to Hill. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
And a nice job by the 2 of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the 1st down.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. Justin Jones there on the stop.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now 2nd and 9. Shotgun now for Carr. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
We know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 9. Carr now to throw. Gets this complete to Shaheed. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
So on 4th down, Matthew Hayball on to punt. Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
From his own end zone now, it's Murray. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now a 2nd and 6. Throwing now is Murray. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
Throwing on first down is Murray. That's complete to McBride. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
First down, Murray. He'll get this to Connor underneath. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Second and 7. Murray now to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw, it's Murray. Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now Murray again. And this will be swung out here for counter. Just a gain of a couple there. And that will bring up second down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Murray. And some strong running. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. Prater's kick is good. And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand-new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. It was a solid first half for the always dangerous Kyler Murray. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break. This one is maybe not exactly in the bag yet, but there is definitely a big mountain to climb in this third quarter. The teams are already back out there, so let's not waste any time as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. DJ Dallas to return it from his end zone. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll start the drive with a give to Connor. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. To throw is Murray. Buying time to his, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack. If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
Is that a clip and save?
Yes.
That's what's going to go around the league, and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it? And I feel awful for the offensive tackle because we always talk about the athleticism of that guy who just beat him. Well, you have to be athletic to try and block that guy. Just in this case, the defense won.
3rd and 8. Operating from the gun. Murray. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now, because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
2nd and 9 from the 44. Back to throw. Murray. This is taken in by McBride. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 28. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
On 1st and 10 is Conner, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Able to get this one to McBride. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Murray a give. This is Conner. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Now an option play on 2nd down. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. received double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air. Definitely MVP caliber football we're witnessing.
Giving to the big tight end on fourth. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
No question, he's so dangerous down here near the goal line. The safeties, they have to be involved in run support against a quarterback like this. And in turn, they're going to ask their teammates to be involved as well.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Michael Wilson, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Cards take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Prater for the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So that drive spans 13 plays, and the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. On target over the middle to Hill. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Carr tries the left side and finds Olave. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
On first down, Carr. That's Olave bringing in another one. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has now allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. Well, that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, third quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 32-yard line. 12 yards on third down as the drive rolls on.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Kamara up the middle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
From the 24 now, here's second down and 2. They run it again with Kamara. And a short gain here down to the 22. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love the blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. 45 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Carr. The pass caught by Olave. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not. And he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Saints get a bit closer. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Blake Groupie now for the extra point. And he puts this one through. It makes our score 31-10. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Kyler Murray going to lead the Cardinals back out on offense. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. A pass there over the middle to start things out. He's still on his feet. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Cardinals. Marvin Harrison Jr. 74 yards. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. Extra point good by Prater. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. I couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Valdez-Scantling in motion right. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. On this one, may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
On second down, here's Carr. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. And they call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Now 2nd and 5. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 48 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
From midfield, here's Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Throwing now is Carr. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Murray. That ball caught by Harrison. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Connor up the middle, and not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Connor going to get it again on second down. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints 32. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll try and run for it with Connor. And a great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2nd and 5. They run behind center with Connor. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints' 20-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. They'll come out in the pistol. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Already a pair of third down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this third down try. Murray going to throw. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
Fourth down, Murray off, and the Cards field goal unit and Matt Prater out there now.
From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And the now 40-year-old veteran able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal.
Taken at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10
at their own 23.
The Carr's throw taken in by Valdez-Scantling.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now Carr. Little short pass here to Hill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Carr again. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. But that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here.
Well, they didn't fall behind any further thanks to that missed field goal, but still staring at this 4th quarter deficit.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settled in now 1st and 10.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings them up 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
So holding on the offense, they go ahead and decline the penalty, and the ball will change hands on the fumble recovery.
From the gun, a give to Connor. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
3rd and 4.
Here's Murray.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the gun, Murray. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Murray now. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. James Conner from 4 yards out. And the Cardinals add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Prater on to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Carr to throw. Olave over the middle. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The offense on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 4. To throw, it's Carr. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Carr now on 1st down. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 more there and another 1st down. Now, 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 47. To throw is Carr. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Caught by Wilson.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27.
Carr to throw again.
Pass over the middle tipped, but he still brings it in.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
Come on now. Over the middle, zone coverage where all the eyes are back to the quarterback so they see the ball thrown. How do they get that completed?
Well, they got the hand on it. They tipped it. Just a lucky play for the offense, right?
It was, and for the defense, almost demoralizing. That's one that they should have because they see that play developing all the way through.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Carr going to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And that's all about recognition right there, because he's got to go from pass rush mode to pursuit mode, what defensive line coaches like to call retracing. And he's able to retreat and make the tackle for just a short gain.
3rd and 5.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find them.
And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard.
I'm just going to go ahead and call it, partner. You could smell the desperation in that fake, couldn't you? Down big. They had to try something. No one was fooled.
I think you're exactly right. With this deficit, though, go ahead and give it a shot. Didn't work out. In the end, I guess it doesn't hurt him too much. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Here's a handoff to Connor. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Cardinals as we say so long from Glendale.